afternoon. My name is Bob Lam. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ShardSecure. We are a B2B data protection and privacy software company. And we are solving a big problem here. Why us? We have a very experienced management team. We have multiple exits in the cybersecurity space. One of my co-founders was the former chief technology officer of TD Ameritrade. And I myself, my last company, we raised over 20 million of VC funding. And that's why we think we have the team to make something happen here. Why another company, right? Why another startup? How do you secure data today for enterprises? You do encryption. But we see two key trends here. That's why we started the company a little bit over a year ago. Finally, companies are moving more and more data, sensitive data to the cloud. Historically, they just moved the compute resources. The last few years, we've seen more workloads and sensitive data moving to the cloud. But they're still very concerned, very, very slowly. That's why we're seeing for Fortune 500 companies. Okay, how about encryption, right? AWS doing encryption in the cloud, that's great. But most big companies are still very concerned to have the keys in the cloud, so they rather do it on-premise, which is a pain. Very expensive, very difficult to manage, and we think we have a better solution than that. And you can still let AWS or other cloud providers do the encryption, and we can help you with our solution, which we call microsharding. Another key trend is quantum computing. With the fast quantum computers, it's not going to happen next 2 years, maybe next 10, 15 years, you can crack encryption. And guess what? You don't encrypt for the next 2 years. You encrypt for the next 10, 15, 20 years. That's why we think there needs to be a different solution out there. Very quickly, this solution, by the way, is patent pending. We filed a patent over almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago, roughly. So the idea is to break the data, the sensitive data, into very small pieces. Give you an example. Your social security number is 9-digit, i.e. 9 bytes. We would break it into 3 bytes or 4 bytes and mix it with other data sources. And at the same time, we poison the well, we add some junk data in it, and then we would disperse it to different locations. We let you do it. We don't do it. We enable you to do it as the customer. It can be, say, mostly on AWS. If you are in a multi-cloud environment, you can ship some to different clouds. But even if you are just an AWS shop only, right, you can do it with different regions, different ACs. So it's a very flexible solution for you to do it. And you can even keep some most sensitive data on-premise. And we've seen some customers doing that. This is very quickly the architecture diagram. If you're interested, I can one-on-one explain to you what that is. But I want to show you that we've done all the work on the front end. It should be transparent to the end users. So because we support, of course, AWS, but all other cloud providers as well. And the secret sauce is in the black box here. It could be an AMI on AWS, but this could also be on-premise as a virtual appliance. Where we are now with the product, we are going through POC, proof of concept, with a number of very big-name customers, and our plan is to ship the product early next year and go GA. Give you an example. This is a healthcare Fortune 100 company, and what they're doing now, they are not getting rid of encryption, by the way. They still use encryption, especially doing in the cloud, but they're looking to use our technology to lower the sensitivity of the data, healthcare data, right? The different classes of sensitivity. And what they can accomplish with our technology, we need to prove to them, of course, is to lower the compliance and audit costs. We think this can show them, demonstrate them a higher return on investment, and the sales cycle should be much shorter. 1 minute. So how big is the TAM? The encryption market today is around $5 billion, going to 10 to 12 billion in the next few years. And we think we will get at least a piece of that, plus also some other type of cloud data security market as well. Again, the team. Jasper and Krista, Lou, myself, we've done it for many years. We are all at least 15 years of experience in cybersecurity with successful exits or fundraising experience as well. And that's why we think we have the right team to do it. Thank you. Question, okay.
So questions from the judges?
Question, yeah. So tell us about who are your competitors? Who's out there doing something similar?
Okay. No one is doing exactly what we're doing by breaking the data into that small. Sharding has been around. AWS does sharding. They do it for performance and resiliency, but they're only breaking into megabytes, maybe kilobytes in some cases. There are a lot of sensitive data. Each kilobyte, for example, right, you have around 111 social security number. No one has been able to do single-digit bytes. That's what we are, and without any major compromise on the performance. And that's why the patent that we filed is on that. So, you know, you ask me, who do we compete with? We would be somewhat competing with the traditional encryption vendors, but not in the cloud, but on-premise. And it's expensive, it's difficult to use.
Yeah, was the POC live? Or was unclear?
The POC is, yeah, it's live, but it's
Okay.
not in production yet. Okay. It's live with this Fortune 100 healthcare company.
Gotcha.
And
And
that's not the only one, by the way. We have a major hedge fund, which is a large AWS customer. You guys use them in some occasions, case study. They are 100% on AWS. They are trying our product as well. So financial services, healthcare will be the two key verticals that we are targeting initially.
Okay, that was my my next question. But
And you know, some other governments, like the venture firm, they're leading the round. They actually have a lot of ties with the U.S. government. So we are looking at that as well.
okay. Overall, I thought you did a great job.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about what you learned through the POC process to date?
You mean the process from a technology
From the
standpoint?
customers. What type of feedback are you getting on the product?
Yeah, I think, you know, a couple of things is security is a very crowded space. Believe it or not, there are 3,000 companies in cybersecurity. Most of them are startup. It's a huge market now, over $100 billion market. But they want something to show them that they don't want another encryption solution. They don't want another firewall. And they want something that easy to use. And that's what we're trying to do. It took us a couple hours to install the software at this major company. So it's not 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So there's zero professional services component to it. And they have too many solutions, too many security companies pitching to them. When you talk to a CISO, stand for Chief Information Security Officers today, they don't never return phone calls. They never return emails because there's just so many people, so many companies pitching them. So they want something that is simple and actually help them solve the problem. And you know, I think that's what we do, and show them that they can actually save money. You know, don't tell me that this is more secure because I have 100 other companies telling me that. So that's why the goal really is to lower the compliance and audit costs.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great job, and thank you to our
Thank you.
judges.